Welcome to the She Builds Show. I'm your host, Stefanie Olson, a licensed general contractor who builds new construction, renovates, and designs your vision. Today, more than ever, we need raw, authentic women who are willing to rise above society's norms, break those glass ceilings, and encourage each other to boldly build the life we were meant to live. So, honey, what are you building? Hey, everybody. Today, I want to dive a little deeper into what keeps me grounded, what helps me to stay the path, stay balanced, stay in the right mindset. Recently in my office, I had a people map evaluation done on our entire team. If you don't know what people map is, it's an assessment created by research psychologist Michael Lillibridge. It was designed to help people learn more about themselves and better understand others. There's 4 types of people, he says, and the goal is to try to improve communication between all the types. So it was something I really wanted to know about each person in my organization. It measures your natural preferences, the way like you're hardwired. So, you might compare it to someone being either right-handed or left-handed. We don't really decide if we're right-handed or left-handed. We just are. So this test measures, how are you hardwired? There are 4 types: leader, task, free spirit, and people. And the purpose, again, is to just better understand yourself and others. I don't know if you can tell, but mine is leader and task. I'm just hardwired this way. I can't help it. So let me kind of describe to you what a leader type is. They're results-oriented, a visionary, leading by example, hardworking. They work until the job is done. You see the big picture. You like to control the outcomes. You thrive on competition. You like to be efficient with time, words, actions. You like ideas and bullet points, not stories. And you can be impatient when others waste your time. You're responsible, assertive, self-motivated. If you see a problem, you act on it without waiting. So that's kind of a leader type. So then the task type is your number one priority is getting things done completely and thoroughly. And you do this to no end with lists, or you create routines and systems and make processes easy to duplicate. You're extremely hardworking, dependable, reliable, responsible, and take no-nonsense approach to life. You enjoy being organized to the last detail, and you like your day to have structure. Everything has a place, and there's a place for everything. You strive to complete never-ending tasks on your list, and you feel a wonderful sense of closure when everything is checked off. Just reading that makes me happy. So the other 2 types, which I'm not, is the free spirit and the people. I'll describe that to you. So the free spirit is personal and professional freedoms are your top priority. You don't like to be tied down by convention, policy, or rules. You're flexible, spontaneous. You think on your feet. You're great in a crisis. Your ability to think outside the box makes you a great problem solver, and you prefer to do it your way. You comfortably march to the beat of your own drum, and you see life as a myriad of opportunities and experiences to live in the moment. Does that ring a bell for any of you? And then the last type is the people type. The number one priority in your life is people. Creating strong relationships, both personal and professional. You thrive on being friendly and helpful and making a difference in others' lives. Getting along with others is paramount to you, and you seek harmony and want to avoid conflict with others. Working well with others comes naturally to you, whether one-on-one or part of a larger group. You are caring and supportive of others and have a high level of empathy, naturally focusing on meeting others' needs. In this way, you add stability to a team of which you are a member. So those are the 4 types: leader, task, free spirit, and people. And like I said, I'm leader task. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you because I wanted you to get an idea of not only where I'm speaking from, but also try to connect with those parts of you in those descriptions so you can kind of just identify which one you might be. So my daily routine might scare you if you're a free spirit or people type. If you're a leader or a task, you might just love my routine. So I get up around 4:45 each morning and I head straight to my little workout hut. It's like a 8x10 room on my property. It might be my workout room, but really I call it my idea room as well. I'm very introverted. So on top of being leader tasky, I'm super introverted and I really have to go inward to feel rejuvenated. Anybody else? If I'm around a lot of people and have a lot of conversations throughout the day, it really exhausts me. It drains me. Now, for extroverts, people rejuvenate them. People bring life to them. For me, they drain me. Not that I don't love you, but you really have to know who you are. Do people give you life, or do they sometimes drain it from you? And for me, it's draining. Not that I don't love it. It's just draining. And I have to go inward. I have to have quiet time. I have to be by myself. And the only time in my life is, when it's dark 30 and my children are sleeping. So I've learned that I really need quiet and solitude each day. It has to be on a daily basis for me to center myself and to recharge. And for me, this happens in my little workout room. During my workout each day, I listen to Pamela Krim and the Big Life Devotional podcast. She has a daily podcast and also a mentoring program. I'm a part of the mentoring program, and one of the perks is that you get to be on live with her in the morning when she's recording her podcast. Prior to the podcast, we go through our daily routine as a group of all the people that are in mentoring. Now, for me, this happens at 5 a.m. She's on East Coast time, so my time with her is at 5. We drink water. Well, we chug water together. We take 3 deep breaths and just set an intention for the day. And then we recite our word and our mantra for the year. If you want to know mine, send me a message. I'll tell you. And then I listen to her record that podcast. So this part of my life connects me to my center and to God. I'm a faith-filled woman who has loved Jesus for as long as I can remember. I'm not perfect by any means, but I have a very deep faith. I'm a deep thinker, and I love that I get to truly feel the power and presence of God just in my life and in worship. Faith to me, though, as a task leader person, is kind of weird because it ebbs and flows and you never just really arrive. Yep, there we go. I've made it. I checked that off my list. I've achieved faith. I've achieved what I set out to do. You can't really do that with God, with faith. And so my brain sometimes doesn't quite grasp it. But faith is constant, and faith has never disappeared from my story. God has always been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. And to be honest, with COVID and not being able to go to church, it's been a struggle for me. I love music. I really love it. It grounds me and connects me and brings out the free spirit in me. A fun little fact, when I was a kid and all through college, I was actually a backup dancer and was on a bunch of dance teams. So music and dancing just connects me to my soul, which is something that, my innate hardwire of leader task needs that free spirit to come out. And I think I feel that through music. And so when church was shut down, I just felt so disconnected because that was kind of my lifeline. But the past few weeks, I've been able to go to church in person, and I feel like a whole new woman coming out of there. My connection and relationship with God helps me to keep my priorities in check. Am I spending quality time with my kids? Am I acting with integrity and kindness? Am I loving the most important people in my life well? Am I enjoying life? Am I showing up and listening? I'm such a driver and so task-focused that I can forget to connect and be present. It's one of my biggest weaknesses. And as I mature, I'm finding more balance. Not perfect, but more balance, right? A little growth at a time. How are you wired? To me, knowing this information can give you power because then you can recognize the areas that you excel in and then be real with yourself when the weakness is taking over. I have learned to let things be left undone. I have to be okay with a messy house sometimes. I have 3 kids and they have a ton of crap. And one day when it's gone and my house is clean and the vacuum marks are there all day and it's tidy and perfect, guess what? I will miss their mess. I will miss the noise. The list can wait. The laundry can pile up. My kiddo is 6 only once. Their childhood is now. I love that Jesus was the truest example of this. No task like doing the dishes or cleaning the house ever got in the way of him being present in someone's life. I am an utter failure at this. My mind races when people's surprise pop by, and I run around like a Tasmanian devil trying to get it all perfect. Crap, did it again. There comes my tasky brain. Got to make sure everything's just right. And yet each time I'm handed grace and allowed to try again. Wow. Why do I deserve that? I love being loved by God. And I love that I get to try again, and that I get to grow, and then I get handed grace. So I want to know, how are you wired? Is it working for you or against you? Have you gone inward enough to figure that out? What can you do today to stop and be present in a conversation with the people you love? Chase those kids around the house and love them with all your heart. You won't regret it. Thanks for joining me today on the She Builds Show. My name is Stefanie Olson. My hope is that this episode leaves you feeling empowered and ready to boldly take that step into building the life that you envision, 1 2x4 at a time. And if you can do me a quick favor, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes. I get giddy over reading the reviews each week, and I will choose one special person to win some She Builds swag. Make sure you add your name to the review, and I'll reach out if you're the winner. Thanks again for hanging out. Be sure to visit me at theshebuildshow.com, where you can ask me questions and share with me what you're building.